Hi everyone, Ocean Cards and Collectibles here. Opening a bulk purchase of 800 cards for $15. Looked through a couple of them, saw there was something in there, figured I'd make a deal. You can see a bunch of them are sleeved up, which might promise something good. We're going to move the box over here and then take out a couple stacks and see what we might have acquired. Obviously, some of these prices, probably bad. So, a bunch of Mike Scotts. Oh gosh, Brady Anderson. Not sure any of this is worth anything, but we'll see if we can't turn the tide on some of this. A Curt Schilling rookie. Not sure where these old sleeves came from, but pretty decent condition on Curt Schilling. Eric Davis, Orlando Merced, Brett Boone, Jay Buhner, Home Run Heroes. So some of these junk wax inserts actually sell, so we'll see. Not sure, don't remember who Keith Hughes is. We got Mark Grace, Jim Abbott, and Ron Gant. Dave Kingman, an old Team 2001 Charles Nagy. See, all right condition there. See what else we might have got. Tom Gordon. Kevin Seitzer. We got a lot of Kevin Seitzers. Daryl Hamilton, David Cone, Jimmy Key, Randy Myers, Wally Joyner, Mo Vaughn, Jack Morris, Hall of Famer, 1980, Steve Sachs, George Bell, Tony Fernandez, Dale Murphy, more Dale Murphys, Chuck Knoblauch, Travis Fryman, Robin Ventura, Kevin Apier, Dante Bichette. That's not too bad. Alex Arias, Mark Portugal, Otis Nixon, some old finest, Howard Johnson, Arthur Rhodes, some non-sleeved 90s cards. What else might we have in here? Oh, there we go. A Darren Dalton Fleer Ultra. Forget what that insert is called. I think that's one of the parallels. Tim Salmon, Don Slott, John Oldroyd, Ventura Gruber, Boog Powell, Milt Thompson, Darryl Kyle, Tom Browning, Team Top Stadium Club, Dwight Gooden, Mike Mussina, Larry Boa, Manny Sanguian, Vita Blue, Jim Cott, all right, Rick Rushell, Fred Lynn, Will Clark, Dale Murphy, Pedro Guerrero, Fernando Valenzuela, Kevin Mitchell, Steve Garvey, Harold Reynolds, Chris Bosio, there's no award winners. Matt, who is that? Robbie Thompson, Mike Mussina, Pat Mahomes Sr., Jim Norris, Willie Randolph, Fred McGriff, Pedro Guerrero, Doc Gooden, Dave Stieb, Mark Grace, Dave Parker, Julio Franco, Vince Coleman, Oral Hershiser, Mark McGuire, Eric Davis, Joey Coro, Rodney Aaron Seeley, Knoblauch, Greg Vaughn, 1994 Bowman's Best, more original Topps Finest, Eric Anthony, Ryan Klesko, Dugout Dirt, Bill Pulsipher was supposed to be one of the great Mets pitching rookies, Michael Moore, Aziz Alou, Greg Jeffries, Keith Hernandez, pile of Dale Murphys, Al Leiter, Doc Gooden, David Cone. You can tell these were Greg Lazinski, 1978. You can tell these were obviously sleeved up a long time ago, given the prices. Jack Morris, Willie Randolph, Dave Righetti, Jack Morris, Dave Collins, Chili Davis, Kurt Schilling, Ramon Martinez, Lenny Dykstra, Fielder, Bichette, Donruss Gallery of Stars, Danny Tartable, Chris Sabo insert, Joey Cora, sometimes it's just fun to sort through cards. Mike Fielder, award winner, Mark Langston, Rob Beck, Eduardo Perez. I think that's a refractor. Might be worth something. 94 Topps Finest refractor. Jerome Walton. Looks like that was originally priced $250. Tough to imagine that being worth $250 now. Dave Stieb, Mark Grace, Bob Welsh, Mike Scott, Pete O'Brien, Dale Murphy, Dave Parker, not sure when Carney Lansford was a sleeve-worthy card. Rick Sutcliffe, Bill Madlock, Will Clark, Javi Lopez, David Justice, Dennis Merced, Kurt Abbott, more Robin Venturas, can't even read those names. There's a Darren Dalton. Inserts, Klesko, Kruk. Turn these the right way. The Future Is Now, Mike Mussina. What is that? Major League Debut, Don Slaught, Hershiser, Manny Trio, Luis Tiant, Vita Blue, Mark McGuire, question is there $15 of cards here? Maybe Steve Garvey, Burger King, Darryl Strawberry. Maybe. Depends on if any of these junk wax cards sell. Dave Magadan, Pedro Guerrero, Eric Davis, Julio Franco, Will Clark, Brady Anderson. What a random assortment of cards to sleeve up. Then we got the on-sleeve cards. Probably Dave Parker. Probably not too much going on here. The old sticker right on the card. Thinking not much else is going to be in here. Well, that looks like we got one more pile of stuff. Maybe two more handfuls here. But not too much value in the rest of this stuff. Howard Johnson, Mike Scott, Ruben Sierra, George Bell, Ruben Sierra, Ruben Sierra, Ruben Sierra. Pile of Ruben Sierras if you're a Ruben Sierra fan. Fielder, Greg Olson, Kevin Mitchell, Mark Langston. All right, not too much there. And then the last pile of cards looks like mostly 89 Donruss. Probably not too much in here. Doubt there's a Griffey hanging out. 88 Donruss, even less interesting. Oops. 88 Donruss, even less interesting. Now we're really getting into the junk wax. There's a Sammy Sosa. Of course, looks damaged, unfortunately. George Bell. Fred Lynn. Nope, a whole big pile of nothing here. Will Clark. So, there we go. There was about 800 cards for $50 or $15, and some clear potential winners to make back some money here. Particularly, I guess, this Eduardo Perez refractor. But these Pinnacle cards have some high demand, so might be something interesting there. And then, I mean, even these base finest sell for something. Jim Cott, obviously. Vita Blue from 77. Some interesting finds. That Tom Browning might be a refractor as well. Boog Powell. So, some stuff here. Have to see what any of it resells for. Anywho, this has been Ocean Cards and Collectibles. You can follow us on, check us out on eBay, Twitter/X. Also, of course, on YouTube. Do like and subscribe to this video if you want to see more openings of cards, and we'll try to get more of them to you. Thanks, everybody, for watching.